This is NBC6 News at 5.
Well, quick thinking and fast action helped save a woman's life.
I was ecstatic. I felt like I was given a new life at 83, which is good to have.
But it was also a new technique in cardiac care that may have helped the woman survive. We'll have the details with Diana Gonzalez coming up. In tonight's Health Connection, surviving a heart attack. That requires quick, specialized treatment. Now, the rule of thumb used to be rushing a patient to the nearest hospital, but that's changing. Let's go to our Miami studios. Diana Gonzalez is live with a special report. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Tony. As you know, I'm in Miami-Dade. In case of a heart attack, I'll end up at an ER in this county, right? Not necessarily. Here's the story of a woman who crossed the county line for emergency cardiac care and why.
The blood pressure looks perfect.
Today, 83-year-old Eileen Nielsen is the picture of health. But in December, she was shopping at this Publix on Miami Gardens Drive when she had a heart attack. A Miami-Dade rescue unit responded. She recalls a conversation.
They were talking about where I was going to end up. And I said, well, don't you usually take you to the nearest hospital? And then this voice came out in the ambulance and said, take this woman to Cleveland Clinic.
So the rescue unit took I-75, crossed into Broward County, bypassed other hospitals, straight to the Cleveland Clinic in Weston. Dr. Howard Bush was waiting and ready to perform a balloon angioplasty and open her blocked artery, all done in record time.
Correct. She got from the door of the hospital into the cath lab and the artery opened within 20 minutes. And much to everybody's surprise, the electrocardiogram when she went home was normal.
That's right, because an angioplasty was performed so quickly, there is no evidence Mrs. Nielsen ever had a heart attack. Absolutely no damage done to the heart muscle.
And all he could say was I was a textbook case.
Captain Alan Brown was the one who decided to transport Mrs. Nielsen to the Cleveland Clinic.
It was important because if we stopped at the intermediate facilities, the treatment they rendered may not have been effective in treating her heart attack.
The front wall artery should be coming straight down here toward about 5 or 6 o'clock. And you can see it totally stops.
Quickly opening up the blocked artery is the key, according to new guidelines just issued by the American Heart Association and the American College of Cardiology. That's why Broward County's policy is to take all heart attack patients only to hospitals equipped to do balloon angioplasty. If you can get this specialized treatment faster, they have found it's worth driving the distance.
It was better to take that extra 10 minutes or what have you to get to a definitive facility. We found that in many cases it likely saves an hour or two of that patient being in another emergency department and then eventually having to be transferred to that center anyway.
7 hospitals in Broward are equipped to do quick caths on heart attack patients. Cleveland Clinic has the fastest door-to-balloon times. That's why some heart attack patients from Miami-Dade end up here. And Mrs. Nielsen is glad she did.
I was ecstatic. I felt like I was given a new life at 83, which is good to have.
Unlike Broward, Miami-Dade's policy is still to transport to the nearest hospital, but they make exceptions, like in Mrs. Nielsen's case. Tony?
It sounds similar to a hospital with a trauma unit, Diana, but why doesn't Miami-Dade have a cath lab?
Well, it's costly to have a cath lab and doctors available 24/7. There's a liability concern. What if something happens to the patient on the way to the specialized hospital? Also, community hospitals without cath labs would lose patients and revenue, so there's been some resistance, but experts say it's only a matter of time. Tony?
Diana, thank you very much.